Don't read this. A look at challenging and banning books. It's not just in the U.S. that books are challenged and banned. Globally, a great many books have been banned for a variety of reasons. In the UK, for example, some books were banned because of their sexual content. One example is D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover, which contains frank descriptions of sex. Unedited copies were unavailable until 1960, but as soon as they were available, millions of copies were sold. The book has also been banned at various times in the U.S., Canada, Australia, and Japan. Taiwan's government also banned many books and songs during the martial law period, 1949 to 1987. These included communist material and anything critical of the government. Interestingly, books were banned if the author's name simply sounded similar to Karl Marx, who wrote the Communist Manifesto. Thus, Mark Twain's books ended up on the banned list. The ALA opposes book banning. Its members see it as limiting freedom of expression. It's true that some books contain opinions and material that are unpopular or controversial. However, the ALA's members believe people should be free to read them and make up their own minds.
Welcome back, everyone, to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And oh, wow, Elsie, what do you got in your hands? Is that a banned book you're reading?
No, it's just a magazine, but it did get interesting that more books are being banned these days.
I agree. And let's find out why and where these books are being banned. All right, everyone. Jumping into our article, it says, it's not just in the U.S. that books are challenged and banned. Globally, a great many books have been banned for a variety of reasons. So not just in the U.S., globally. We see the word globally, which means worldwide or all around the world. And I could say, for an example sentence, chocolate is loved globally for its sweet, delicious taste.
巧克力真的是受全球的人的喜爱，对不对？那 globally 这个副词呢，就是全世界的或是在全球。那字尾的 ly 你把它拿掉之后呢，你会看到它的形容词 global， 那就是全球的。所以呢，有一个全球的议题，大家都知道，也一直在讨论，那就是 global warming 全球暖化的这个事情。那在我们今天的课文第一句当中呢，就有 language in focus 出现咯。我们来看一下在讲的是什么。今天的 language in focus 我们来讲到的是 a good deal of 或是 a great deal of 或者是加上 many 以及一个名词还有相关数量的表示法。好，我们一个一个来说，一个一个来解释。第一个呢，我们要看到的是 a good or great deal of 后面接不可数名词，表示很多的大量的，那也可以用 a large amount of 加上那个名词来代替。那例句给的是呢 Kathy spent a great deal of money when she was in Japan. 当这 Kathy 在日本的时候，她花了很多的钱。那因为 money 不可数，所以我们要用 a great deal of 接出 money 这个字。好啦，那如果我们用的是 a good or great many，后面则是要加上可数的名词，那用法呢就跟 a large number of 加上名词是一样的。So for example, Lily saw a good many animals at the zoo last weekend. Lily 上周末在动物园看到许多的动物。当然这句也可以说成 Lily saw a large number of animals at the zoo last weekend. 那接下来呢，我们要讲到的是 a lot of 或是 plenty of 或是 a large quantity of 后面呢就可以接可数名词或是不可数名词。So for example, don't worry, we have a lot of or plenty of or a large quantity of time to finish our project.
And again, these books aren't just being banned for one reason. It says they're being banned for a variety of reasons. So we see a variety of something, which means having different types or kinds of that thing. So an example I would say is, I have a variety of Nike Jordan shoes.
Yes, you do. You need to get rid of some.
Right, so I have the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, a variety
You have
of
to
them.
sell all of them.
Okay, yeah.
A variety of something, 那就是各式各样的某物。好，后面呢会加可数名词。
All right, so we have these books. They're being banned not only in the U.S., but globally for a variety of reasons. So where else are they being banned? It says in the UK, for example, some books were banned because of their sexual content. Oh, all right. So maybe getting too risky.
So just like what we talked about yesterday, right?
Exactly.
In day one.
Right. Violence,
Sex and drug use.
And it says... One example is D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover, which contains frank descriptions of sex. And in that sentence, we saw the word lover. And lover is a partner in a sexual relationship outside marriage.
Wait, outside marriage?
Yeah.
So I can't call you my lover? I can say that?
I think it changes over time. You can say... I'm your lover, but it's also kind of weird that you wouldn't just say I'm your husband, right?
Oh.
So when you mention lover, it has a
kind
of secretive connotation to it. So for an example sentence for using lover, we could say, the woman was upset because she found out her boyfriend had another lover.
Oops. 那 lover 这个字呢，就是情人、爱人，多半指的是呢这个婚姻关系或是这个情侣关系之外的那个第三者。好，那个 lover。好，那再来呢，我们还看到的是 frank 这个形容词。
Right. In this book, in D.H.'s Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover, I guess it says frank descriptions of sex. And Frank is not the name Frank. Hey, Frank, how you doing? It's not that kind of Frank. Frank is an honest and direct saying what you think without hiding anything or being tricky. Basically, what it means is being very honest about something. So an example sentence we could say is, I value friendships where people can be open and frank with each other.
Frank 这边呢不是人名哦，它是一个形容词，代表直白的、坦率的，或是直言不讳的。那 frankly speaking， 好，如果你在讲话的时候先说了这两个字，那代表呢你接下来要说的内容是很坦白的，是很老实的。所以中文会说坦白说、老实说，然后再接出你要说的内容。那这边呢，我们说到这本书里头呢，它有 frank description of sex, right? 那 description 指的就是这个描述。我们在 day one 的时候有说到，它是一个名词。
Yeah, so very honest talking about sex, making it nice or sweet. And also with this book, Lady Chatterley's Lover, we talked about how being a banned book might become more popular, right? So I wonder in the UK, if this book, after it was released and people tried to ban it, if it became very popular. And it says unedited copies were unavailable until 1960. But as soon as they were available, millions of copies were sold.
People couldn't wait to read the book.
Right. So yeah, it got people talking. They wanted to read it. And it was as soon as it was available, they bought it. In that sentence, we see available, which means you can get it or use it. An example would be, is there a computer available that I can use for my presentation? Or we can say unavailable, which means something you can't get or use right now.
对，所以呢 available 这个形容词是可获得的或是可利用的。那相反字在字首加上 un unavailable， 那就是无法获得的，不能使用的。那这两个形容词呢也可以去指的是这个人啊是有空还是没空的。像是呢我们可以说 I'm available to see the dentist tomorrow，but the dentist is unavailable until next week.
Oh no.
对，那就是我是有空的，可是那个牙医是没空的。
Right. Your teeth are going to hurt then until next week. All right. So the book this book about Lady Chatterley's lover, the book has also been banned at various times in the US, Canada, Australia, and Japan.
I might want to read this book. Why is it banned in so many countries?
Well, I mean, they do translate books, of course, but I mean, it still could be naughty for kids who are under the age of 18, right? A lot of parents and other people don't want maybe kids to read all this, frank sexual depictions of sex.
True.
All right, so what about Taiwan, though? I wonder if there's anything been banned or anything like that in Taiwan. It says Taiwan's government also banned many books and songs during the martial law period from 1949 to 1987.
Martial law period 指的就是戒严时期，所以在戒严时期啊，这个台湾的政府呢也禁止了很多的书，还有就是歌曲哦 ，also songs。
Yeah, I mean, how can you ban songs, right?
Like people cannot listen to those songs,
I guess
right?
So. Yeah, I guess. Well, these included communist material and anything critical of the government. And in that sentence, everyone, we see material. We're not talking about wood or something like that kind of material, something that you build with. This material is information or ideas used in books, films, songs, dance, and stuff like that. An example sentence could be, the material in some Japanese comic books is very violent and sexual.Material
在这边呢指的是题材或是素材，那另外它还有的意思就是材料，好，那不过这边是不一样的。那这边呢我们讲到的是共产主义的共产党的题材素材，所以呢这个字是 communist。那接下来呢我们还看到的是 critical， 这个形容词是批判的， critical of something or somebody， 那就是对某事某人批判，所以呢，如果这些书本当中或是歌曲当中含有共产主义的题材，或是任何对政府有批评的这个内容，那在当时呢，台湾政府是禁止它们存在的。
Right, so if anything that was maybe badly said about the government or something, the way the political shape of their government is, then it would be banned and couldn't sing it, couldn't say it, couldn't do anything about it. Now, interestingly, books were banned if the author's name simply sounded similar to Karl Marx, who wrote the Communist Manifesto. And you might be wondering who Karl Marx is.Karl Marx is best known for his theories that led to the development of Marxism. And what this means is his ideas basically served as the basis for communism.
所以可以算是这个共产主义的创始者。
Right. And then it says, thus Mark Twain's books ended up on the banned list.
Oh, because Mark Twain has Mark in it.Yeah,
I guess
Is that
so.
right?
I guess. I mean, if they're going back and they're saying that some books were banned just because the name sounded similar, then yeah, you could see like, oh, okay, Marx, yeah, it's similar. Banned. All right. Well, we see in that sentence, end up, which means finally doing or being in a certain situation. In past tense, I could say, I wanted to go to the beach last week, but I ended up staying at home.
End up 后面呢可以加上动名词或是形容词或是介系词片语，那代表的是最后的状况跟结果。
All right, and moving on, the ALA opposes book banning. Its members see it as limiting freedom of expression. So expression means showing or saying something, like sharing thoughts or feelings, using words or other ways. An example could be, drawing is a means of creative expression for many people. We also, with expression, will hear the words freedom of expression. And freedom of expression refers to the right to freely express or tell your opinions, ideas, and thoughts through different means, such as speech, writing, art, singing, or other forms of communication without being told you can't do it. So an example would be, in today's day and age, the internet gives people a platform for freedom of expression through blogs and social media.
Yeah, sometimes they get too much freedom.
Okay.
Expression 这个名词呢是表达或是表示 freedom of expression， 那就是表意自由。那再来呢，我们还有一个动词是 oppose， 它是反对，特别指的是反对计划或是政策。
And it's true that some books contain opinions and material that are unpopular or controversial.
Controversial 这个形容词呢，就是有争议的或是引起争议的。
Okay. Is there anything happening in the world right now that's controversial?
Are you talking about the war?
Right.
Like one of the wars?
One of the wars. There's 2 wars going on, and people could be controversial on which way they stand.
Right.
So, all right. Well, however, the ALA's members believe people should be free to read them and make up their own minds, which is a good idea. You should be able to make up your own mind on something, and we see make up one's mind, which means to decide or choose something after thinking about it.
没错，他们认为呢，人们应该是有这个自由可以去读这些书，然后再去决定他们要不要继续读下去，或是要不要禁止他们的小孩阅读。那这边呢，我们看到 make up one's mind 就是某人拿定主意，下定决心。那后方如果你要接上动作的话 make up one's mind to do something， 好，是我们会接续下去的内容。好啦，那接下来就要到我们的 For You Chat. What is the question here?
All right. Have you ever read any books that have been banned somewhere, and what did you think of them?
You know, I haven't read many books.
Oh, okay.
So,
So you haven't read a banned book?
I remember in China there is a book called 金瓶梅.
Oh, and it's banned.
I think it's banned. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it has too many depictions of sex.
Oh, okay. Can't read it. Too controversial. All right. Well, I've read quite a few. I mean, some books are banned and then not banned. Like Alice in Wonderland was banned at one time.
Really?
And then no longer banned. So I read that. 1984 by George Orwell was banned and is still banned in some places. And it was a good book. And so, yeah, I've read quite a few, actually. So what about you guys? Have you read anything that's been banned, and what did you think of them? That's all the time we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed learning about the history of banned books and everything that goes along with it. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Globally. McDonald's started with just one restaurant in California, but now you can find McDonald's restaurants globally. Lover. It broke Fiona's heart when she discovered that her husband had been secretly seeing a lover. Frank. The teacher was frank with her thoughts about our project, which helped us improve. Available. Gary and his band recorded some music, and it's now available on the internet for everyone to hear. Material. This author often studies historical events as material for his novel to add more depth to the story. Expression. Music is such a powerful form of expression that it can go beyond language.
智慧小补帖
Martial law. Communist. Critical. Oppose. Controversial.